what I have seen is you are speaking English well. You are not having these conversations to improve your English. You love to talk to people and you love to get to know about them, right?
Correct. I have classes throughout the day, and I don't find it as a burden or something because I find it as a passion. So I don't need to spend time separately for doing something to, like unwind myself. Audible, ma'am?
Yeah, you are audible now.
Thank you. Thank you so much for putting up with my timings.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, what's your name?
My name is Sheila.
Okay, your name is Sheila.
I am connecting to you. Yeah, I am connecting to you from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu.
Okay. So, how are you feeling, Sheila?
I'm feeling great. Awesome.
Okay. So, you are connecting from Coimbatore.
Yes.
Please give a brief introduction.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. I am Sheila. I'm located in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I have done my PG in sociology, and for the past, say, around 13 to 14 years, I am into teaching spoken and written Hindi to all age groups.
Okay. You teach spoken and written Hindi.
Yes.
You teach in a college or school?
No, I take classes from home.
Okay. So you have a coaching center where you take students from all classes.
Yeah, I don't have a center of a kind. So I don't operate it on name. It's just individual. That's it.
Okay. So you take classes at home.
Yeah.
So you love teaching Hindi?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Tell me about your family, Sheila.
We are just the three of us. My husband, my son, and I. My husband is a mechanical engineer by profession. He has his own consultancy service. My son is also an engineer. He works for Amazon Web Services. And that's it.
Okay, so your son also lives in Coimbatore?
No, he's just shifted to Bangalore very recently.
Okay. So when did he shift from here?
Last week.
Okay.
I'm in the process of getting used to it.
Yeah. He will live in Bangalore for a while now.
Yes.
So you miss him a lot?
I do, since he's the only child.
You have been teaching Hindi. So how did you think of learning English?
English language, on the whole, language has been my passion since my childhood. And English speaking environment I had right from my childhood. And since I was, in a boarding school, so not only in school, but even after school, we had to speak English. It was a convent school, so mission school. So we had to speak English even when we come back home, since we were in the boarding. So that's how, and the sisters were very nice, and my English teacher motivated me a lot. I got into English, and then later on slowly into Hindi. Because though I am a South Indian, I was raised in Madhya Pradesh. My father was working in Madhya Pradesh. So up until my marriage, I was in Madhya Pradesh. I did my schooling from Maharashtra, graduation and post-graduation from Madhya Pradesh. So post-marriage, I shifted to South.
Okay. So now do you like the traditions and cuisine, everything of South India?
Yeah. Initial 1 year, I had that, that initial period of getting used to the culture. Since though being a South Indian, I was not brought up in a Pakka South Indian culture, but now I'm used to it.
So you now like to have dosas almost every day, right?
Yeah. Like I'm fed up of dosas.
Yeah, we as North Indians, we like to have dosa or something, some South Indian dish, maximum once a month. But if someone gives us dosa every day or idli and vada, I think we would be so fed up that we won't be able to eat anything. Yeah. We can't live without our chapatis.
True. But even here now, things are changing. Health conscious has, so people are having rotis and all that.
And South Indians have rice also every day, right?
Yeah, because we are basically rice eaters. Yeah.
Correct. And because all the South Indian dishes also, one of the ingredients is rice for all the dishes. Almost all the dishes except the vada.
Correct.
Because idli also requires it and dosa also requires it.
Yes.
So your son is liking the food in Bangalore?
Yeah, one time he has an office, and at night I think he prepares himself because he was used to it. Even here, he used to prepare his own food.
You taught him how to cook?
I taught him, and then he's a self-learner actually. So looking at nowadays, you have all this technology, looking at the videos. Yeah.
And this is actually important skill. Everybody should master. Even if you have a maid at home, you should
Correct.
still know how to cook.
These are survival skills. Yeah.
Correct. These are survival skills, correct. So everybody
Yes.
should learn it. Even if you have 10
Yes.
servants at home.
Yes. Correct. I am reminded of, sorry, I just wanted to tell you this. I am reminded of Sudha Murthy ji. She once told in her speech, that we have made our daughters independent, but we haven't made our sons independent because they
Yeah,
are still dependent on their wives or mothers for, cooking.
correct. Yeah.
So that was such a nice, touching message,
Yeah,
actually.
that I think I have also seen that speech. That was really important. All of
Correct.
us, who have a son, they should all teach their
Correct.
sons, cooking, because otherwise he will always be dependent on his wife, or he will always order food from outside, but he will never be able to prepare it the way he likes.
Correct. 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 Yeah.
Okay, so these days you are thinking of improving your English, right?
Yeah, I want to be in touch.
Okay.
Otherwise, what happens is I don't go out much. I'm only involved in my teaching. So this gives me a platform to speak to various people and keep my mind healthy.
Right. Okay. At home, whenever students come, you only speak in Hindi because you teach that only.
Uh, yeah, but it is not possible 100% because they are pretty weak in Hindi. So I have to teach them either through English or through the mother tongue, that is Tamil.
So you get very little English speaking practice. You have no one to speak English with?
No, I do have people to speak English with,
Okay.
but since I like talking to people and getting to know people, I just love this.
Because you speak English well after having 5 minutes of conversation. So what I have seen is you are speaking English well. You are not having these conversations to improve your English. You love to talk to people and you love to get to know about them, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And that way we get to learn also.
Correct. Yeah,
from
we learn from everyone. We
people
learn
like you.
from
I've been following you for long.
Oh,
Actually.
okay. So you're seeing
Yeah,
my conversational videos.
Yes.
Tell me, Sheila, what do you like to do in your free time?
Free time. Actually, I have classes throughout the day, and I don't find it as a burden or something because I find it as a passion. So I don't need to spend time separately for doing something to like unwind myself. So this itself, if I don't have class one day, then I go mad.
My God. So that means your work is like your passion. So it feels like a vacation to you. I mean, you don't feel like doing something else to recharge yourself.
Yes. You go out occasionally with friends.
Okay.
That's it.
And do you like to listen to music or something?
I used to, but now no.
Not now. And when does your husband take his off?
All of us, rather now only husband and myself, both of us work from home.
Okay. So does he keep one day off when he doesn't work at all?
Yeah. Sunday strictly no work.
Okay. You also don't do any work on Sundays?
Yes, apart from only one class because those people are working women. So the only day they get is Sunday. So just one class. That's it.
So then more than half of the day is left, right? So what do you both like to do on Sundays?
We just sit and talk. Nothing else.
Just sit and talk. Nothing special,
sit and
nothing
talk.
complex,
Yes.
nothing fancy
Yes.
that you have to go to a fancy
Yes.
restaurant or anything. Okay. You just spend some quality time together.
Yes, and we also go to a old age home which we are attached to, offering our services every Sunday evenings. Sunday evenings regularly we go there. Practice since many years. Yeah.
That makes you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me something interesting. I mean, some interesting topic on which we can have conversation. Or do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. Actually, how I related to you was you also came from a very different field, and your language passion brought you into this.
Correct.
So that's where I could connect with you. I also came from a very different field because I've done my PG in sociology. I started off my career as a lecturer, and then I ventured into market research. I was working in market research for quite some years. Then I got back to my old passion, teaching language.
Okay.
So that's how I found a connect.
Okay. Really?
And I like the way
So much.
I like the way you speak. Very simple and no airs. I like it very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I also came from a very different field. I studied IT, I mean computer technology for so many years. So, so many relatives and friends say that all that education went waste. I still say, I mean, what I'm doing is giving me peace and happiness. That's more important for me. So it's not
Correct.
necessary that I go and work in that field only.
And education never goes waste.
Correct. Never goes waste. Yeah.
What we are today, it is because of our education. That's what has made us what we are today.
And we should keep learning even in old age. When we keep learning something, it keeps our brain young. So learning should never stop.
Correct. Correct.
So tell me some good places in Coimbatore for sightseeing.
Okay. One is mainly, there are temples here. And then we have our Isha Yoga Center. World famous it is actually.
Okay.
Sadhguruji's Isha Yoga Center is there, where people, come from all over the world. Especially during Mahashivratri, it's a very grand ceremony which is held here, and people come from all over that day.
He comes.
One is that. Yeah. There is one, a grand ceremony happens, and artists and world-renowned artists come and perform here. Singers, and musicians, all of them come.
Okay.
And then there are temples. But Coimbatore is basically a textile city.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a Manchester of South India. It is famous for automobiles and textiles.
I've never been to Coimbatore. That is why I was asking you. Yeah. Okay, so where did you go for your last vacation?
I don't go out of town for vacation much. If I have to go out of town, it is Chennai, where my relatives are. So I go once a year for 1 week during Christmas time, visiting them.
So your son also likes to visit them?
My son, he has a set of his own friends. They go out. Yeah.
So he goes out with his friends.
Sometimes he comes. Yes. Yeah. 1 out of 5 times he comes with us. Otherwise it is. I don't force him. I don't force him. Why? Because it should come from within you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you were asking something?
Yeah, I'm saying, you were saying that we go there to visit. Who lives there?
Most of our relatives are in Chennai.
Tell me about your last visit to that place. Did anything interesting happen there?
Yeah. Meeting people itself is interesting, no? Meeting our cousins
correct.
Once a year, nothing like it. We just sit and chat.
Okay.
And for nothing at all, we laugh. So what happens is you feel so energized. So that lasts for another 1 year till we go next December.
Correct.
That is like a tonic.
Okay. So you visit them every December. Okay.
Yeah.
I also love to talk to new people, and you must have seen that I am always smiling and giggling in my conversations. So, this field is making this dream also come true, where I want to meet new people. So I am helping them learn spoken English, as well as it is, helping my career, as well as I love to meet new people, and that I'm able to do through this.
Yeah, correct. Because I've seen you're so patient and you listen so patiently, which is very much required. Ma'am, what do you feel about, what should women do when they reach the age of 50 plus to maintain their balance, mental health?
Maintain mental health, because they have mostly at the age of 50, they are going through the menopause phase, which is perimenopause. So these mental health issues occur at that time. I think they should exercise.
So that is the period when.
Yeah.
Correct. Go on, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you. Go on.
Yeah. So we should exercise. I have a habit of exercising every single day. As soon as my children and my husband go in the morning, I do yoga, I do asanas, I do pranayam, I do all these things to energize myself, and after that I feel great. And if I miss all these things, and immediately after they go, if I start taking bath and then have breakfast, then I feel that something is missing. So I take care of that. Yeah. And in the evening, I make sure that I walk every day. And in between, I jog a little. So this is very important for me, that I have to walk every day. So exercise is a very essential part of my life. I am, you can say, a fitness freak. So when the temperature is touching 0 in winters, even then I go for my exercise. And in summers, how much ever I'm dripping with sweat, I exercise. So that's what makes me happy. I think exercise acts as a natural antidepressant.
The way I talk to people, I find, talking to people as a kind of a therapy.
Yeah, talking is also so good. Whatever you like, if you
Uh,
like music, music can act as a therapy as well. Dancing can
correct,
act as a
correct,
therapy. So you just follow your passion, and even walking can take you in a meditative state.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. But then when you walk, is your mind at work?
No, I feel like
Oh, that's great.
when I walk, I'm listening to music all the time because I listen to music. I
Mm.
love listening to music. And while I'm walking, my focus is on walking plus music. So that means at that time, I'm free from all the worries. So that is why I feel that it takes you in a meditative state for a very short duration, but it does.
Thought.
Yeah.
This
When
is mindfulness, isn't it?
yeah, mindfulness.
Yeah,
So I completely
correct.
focus on my steps plus music. So I don't think of anything else at that time. Yeah. So music does that for me. And music plus walking, that's a lovely combination for me. That's a deadly combination. I love it so much. And after my work is complete,
You're
like
not
I work till 6:30. After 6:30, I go
okay.
on the rooftop or I go to a park and then I do this where I listen to music as well as I walk. So that is kind of a therapy for me. And I feel recharged after doing that.
That means your happiness is not dependent on anybody else
Yeah.
but yourself.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you do to recharge yourself?
I love reading. You said you love listening to music. I love reading
Okay.
anything, any article, especially, like newspaper articles. For me, a blissful day means a Sunday with my Sunday magazine in the hand and one cup of chai. Nothing like it. And I
Yeah.
read it three, four times. First time I read it just for sake of reading. Second time, third time, so that I get it inside me and all the words, how they have written the words they have used. And then I share it with somebody so that, it goes inside my mind even better.
Okay. That's great. But we are so different. We all are unique. So it's very difficult for me to
Correct.
think that how can someone enjoy reading a book with a cup of tea? I would rather listen to a lovely song with a cup of tea. And it would be difficult for you to think that how can someone just enjoy listening to music?
Correct.
We are so different.
Correct.
So your husband is also fond of reading?
Yeah, he's a voracious reader. Yeah. He is more than me. He reads novels, though he reads in the native language. He reads novels and a lot of literature, that kind of stuff.
So what time do your students start coming at home?
Evening from 5 o'clock, I have my classes till 8. Morning, my first session starts at 5:30 a.m.
Oh my God.
5:30 to
You take a session at 5:30 a.m. Who wakes up at that time?
I get up at 4:30. My husband gets up at 4 o'clock.
My God. Then you take your first session at 5:30. I mean, who attends that session?
Students, because then they have their school. So 5:30 to 7 is my first session. Then 10 o'clock, I have mostly it is housewives coming in. For them, learning Hindi is only an excuse. They want to just come out of the house, mingle with people and talk and, like that kind of mode. So I also don't mind.
Yeah, that's great. We should meet people and
Correct.
all can express our opinions and feel good. And what's the harm? We are learning something as well as we are feeling good.
Correct. It's such a nice profession because you get to meet somebody or the other who you would have taught at some point of time.
Okay, yeah.
Whenever I go somewhere, they'll say, Ma'am, you remember I came to you for Hindi? I would have forgotten, but that person remembers.
Right. Yeah.
When I go to this old age home and I'm just spending my time, that's it, nothing else. But that's what they need from us. Just sit with them, talk to them, read a book, read a shloka, something like that. And then they are so happy. They are just like childlike, They feel so happy. And the next thing they'll be waiting.
Right.
It gives such a nice feeling. You forget everything else then. And I have this weakness for, old people. Really feel bad when somebody is abandoned. Yeah.
So most
Especially
of
old
these
people.
are
I feel bad.
abandoned parents, right?
Yeah. Most of them are. And each one's story is so pathetic. We feel that we are blessed actually. We shouldn't be complaining at all.
Correct. So their children never visit them?
Some of them visit them very rarely. Some of them pay. Some of them only. They don't pay regularly. All kinds of things. When you listen to those stories, you really feel very safe. Then you see what life is actually.
Correct.
We are, in a really comfortable position. What to do? The lady who runs the home, she's my cousin, and she is 77 years old. And my God, she's so agile. So she is my living inspiration. She runs the old age home single-handedly.
I mean, how does she get the funds?
She has donors
Okay.
who fund her. Plus, she also charges money, not free of cost, because she can't afford to keep free of cost. So she charges money from the people who are there. But
Okay.
there are a few cases who don't have anybody, so she keeps them for free, because it happens when you cook for 8 people, at least 10 people can have that same formula.
Okay, she herself cooks also for them.
No, she has a cook, she has a nurse, she has a visiting doctor, and then she has a lady to do the errands, all that. But managing them is a real tough task.
Managing is also very difficult. So the children who come and who leave their parents there, she charges money from them.
Yeah, she charges money. Yeah, they don't mind paying money, but they are not ready to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These children
And
are
even when
pay money, they can't keep them.
Correct. And they have so many stories, to support their argument that why we can't keep them. And many a times when they pass away, they don't come to do the last rites. She and her husband have performed last rites of so many old age people.
God is seeing everything. We can just say that, And their children also know what their parents did to their parents. Their children are seeing that.
And that's why, I feel that is why God has kept her like this at 77. She doesn't look 77 at all. She walks briskly, and she climbs up the stairs, comes down. She stays on first floor. Ground floor is the home. She just goes up and down. And apart from this, she takes classes throughout. She takes Bhagavad Gita classes, Bhagavad Mahapuran classes. So maybe she's, destined to do this.
God is keeping her active so that she can help so many people.
Correct.
She's saving so many lives.
Such a vibrant lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she doesn't have children.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's taking care of them like
she doesn't. Yeah. She says, all these are my children. Wherever she goes out, suppose we go to a restaurant, we have something. At once, she will tell, this is very nice. I want this to be ordered to my, people who are there, my children who are there at home. So she buys, she orders, and then they also enjoy it. That is her, that is her mentality. So I like these things. Yeah. And, I like one thing is that she doesn't hoard, to herself. She just gives it away. And giving it away, that itself requires, your mind should be so pure that you are able to give away things.
Correct. And her husband supports her in that?
Yes.
Husband should also be, your life partner should also be supportive. You can't do everything on your own.
Correct. I am today in this stage because my husband supports me completely.
Correct.
100% household work, 50% he does, 50% I do.
Okay, that's
There
great.
is no, segregation as this is woman's work, this is man's work. No. He washes the clothes and he doesn't feel bad. He says, so what? It is my house, our house clothes I am washing. Why should he feel ashamed of it?
Correct. And they are going to eat food. They are going to use the dishes.
And we have an unsaid rule that whatever we have problem with each other, we'll bring it on the table, sit, discuss it, and finish it then and there, not carry it.
Okay, so you don't keep anything in your heart. You just, say it.
Yes. So let us discuss. So we'll sit and discuss. There will be arguments, but that's okay. Every household has arguments.
Correct. That happens. So, okay, Sheila, it was a lovely conversation with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you are a fluent English
Same here, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And we can have another conversation after a gap of 2-3 months.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Connect again.
You choose a very good topic, ma'am, and we can have a conversation.
Okay then.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Have a great day.
Okay, ma'am. Bye.